Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Tyler Talks Travel Trailers, and today I got a really unique floor plan trailer for you. It's actually a hybrid, and if you're not familiar with what a hybrid is, it's actually a pop-up mixed in with a hard-sided travel trailer. These are really unique and they cater to a certain kind of person. So if you're someone that has a huge family but the tow vehicle you have can't tow something super big, or you just don't want something super big, this will definitely fit your needs. Another thing that people like about these is that it gives you that camping feel still. So this is going to be a 2025 Flagstaff Shamrock 233S. So like always, we're going to do the specs first. It takes me 1 minute to do those specs, and then we'll dive inside. Let's go, guys. So the basic specs on this 2025 Flagstaff Shamrock 233S. The unloaded vehicle weight is 5,111 pounds. Your cargo carrying capacity is 1,541 pounds, which brings your potential fully loaded weight to 6,652 pounds. Your hitch weight is 652 pounds. Your exterior length is 24 feet 10 inches. Your exterior width is 8 feet. Your exterior height is 10 feet 6 inches, including the AC. Your fresh water tank is 54 gallons. Your gray water tank is 29 gallons. Your black water tank is 29 gallons. And your awning size is 17 feet. Let's jump inside. All right, guys, let's jump into this. Now that we got the specs done, I am very excited to show you this. This is totally different than the standard trailer that I've been showing you. Hybrids are very unique, and at first people think they're a little funky, but once you see the benefits of having a hybrid, people usually like them, because check out all of this floor space that you get. One thing I love about hybrids is that the beds literally take up no floor space. So when you're up hanging out with the whole family, you get to utilize everything, and the beds are out of the way, and the beds are also really big on these hybrids. This is one of the bigger hybrids that Flagstaff makes. They do make smaller ones, so if you like the weight on these, definitely check out some of the smaller ones that don't have, you know, the slide out. Right here is the slide, so that does add some weight. So this will be one of the heaviest hybrids that they make. The other ones will be a lot lighter, some of them that don't have slides. You can get a slide in a couple other ones, but this is definitely one of the biggest ones that they make. So right as you walk in, you could see that's the slide out. You got a U-shaped dinette, which I love. U-shaped dinettes are fantastic if you have a big group of people coming with you, which obviously with all of these beds you would have a lot of people coming. And what I love about this specific U-shaped dinette is that it's a standalone table. So you can move this around however you want. And you know, if someone's bigger in the family and they need a little more space because the table's hitting their gut, you could push it to the kids' sides, no problem. And then this does also turn into a bed. So this is a good size bed. It's going to be, let's see, what is this? The dinette is 44 by 85. So you can definitely sleep an adult on this U-shaped dinette. You can probably sleep 2 people. And all you got to do is crack this in half, and it goes flat to those little tabs right there, and then you put the cushions on top. I've laid on them before. They're all pretty much the same length, but definitely can sleep an adult. I'm 5'7". I fit on it no problem. You got some storage down here. So you got this same drawer on the other side. And you have great windows on this slide out. They give you windows on both sides, so you can actually open these. Check it out. So you can get a nice cross breeze going through here. If it's, you got the max air vents going, you could pull some fresh air in, crack these windows, and let in some fresh air. But really great, they give you some big windows so you can see out, see the view. Really nice, and they give you the blackout shades, so if you're a vampire, it won't be as dark because you got that canvas material on the beds. But check out how huge these beds are. These are a true queen. It's a true queen, and you get 3 of them. So you can, they're saying you could sleep up to 10 comfortably in this thing, which is crazy. You can bring the family along and all the friends as well. These are super comfy. When you go look around at trailers, definitely look at the pads. Sometimes they are so small. They're like that thick. I love that Flagstaff gives you a nice thick pad. And these also have They have heat pads on them. So this whole mattress heats up. You get like a thermostat and you can adjust it. Really cool. And then they give you these little things to store stuff on, like a netting. There are some fans and lights that you can buy that plug in right here. So there's a little plug and then they hang right here, and you'll get your own fan on each one and also a light. But how fun is that? And then you got some storage down below. So there is where your inverter is. So it has an 1800 watt inverter and a 200 watt solar panel already on this thing. What's amazing about this inverter is some of the outlets are actually tied into it. So if you go looking around at trailers and it has a sticker that says something like this, inverter circuit, these plugs will actually work without being plugged into a generator or shore power. So if you need to charge anything, you know, you're boondocking and you don't want to run the generator, you could still have stuff running off these plugs because they're tied into the inverter. They give you tons of USB and USB-C ports, so that way your plugs aren't being taken up by a bunch of cell phones being charged, and you got plenty of storage on the side. If you're charging your phone, you got little cubbies, kind of like a nightstand right here. Good size. But this goes all the way across. One thing I like to point out with Flagstaff, if you notice, these are all real wood front cabinets, so it's not paper wrapped. You can see the wood grain, really high quality. Flagstaff does not make these cheap. You got hidden hinges, so the hinges are hidden. Just little things that you don't usually notice when you're out looking. Flagstaff is definitely the kind of company that puts things in these trailers that you can't necessarily see, but it definitely keeps the trailer holding up well. You got a couch to the right. This will also convert into a bed. And it's a little different. So you could probably sleep one or two, maybe kids there. This bed is 5 feet 3 inches long, so maybe a smaller child. And all you got to do is roll this. And then once you get it to right here, you bring this leg out, and then it comes down like this. So like I said, I'm 5'7". I'll lay in that for you real quick just so you can get an idea of how much space I got. So definitely I could sleep on this. I'm 5'7", my feet hang off, but I would have no problem. It's pretty wide. So, someone could curl up like that. So plenty of room there. I literally don't have that many friends. Jesus, this would be too many beds for me, but some people have big families, and some people have kids that have friends that want to come along, and being able to accommodate all of them would be awesome. Going out with the whole family camping. This is a really fun unit. Let's see, let me fix my gimbal real quick. There we go. You got some more storage up here. Pretty deep. But yeah, the bed, you don't realize how much the beds take up space in these standard travel trailers. And when they fold out like that, man, it just gives you so much space. You got another window right here. These are different than the other Flagstaff windows. They actually open sideways versus the ones that kind of open outwards. But these will all open. As you can see, the TV is positioned in a really great spot, so that way everyone can kind of see it at the couch, or maybe if you're at the dinette, this person might have an issue, but this does pull out. So you can tilt it pretty far. You can almost tilt it towards the kitchen. And this is a 12-volt TV, so this will run without being plugged into a generator. It is also a smart TV, so you have all the apps ready to go. And you could tilt it this way towards the dinette, so it swivels good. Everyone can kind of kick back and relax and see the TV. The one thing I will point out with this trailer is you want to make sure that you put this TV in, because if not, and you go put the slide in, you are going to crush this TV. I need to make sure I put it in so that way when they move it. Oh, I turned the TV on. See? Running off the battery. Really cool. So just make sure you put the TV in all the way. That way the slide doesn't take it out. Let's see, how do I turn this? There we go. But like I said, There we go. 12 volt TV. So like it's running off of the battery on my golf cart. How cool is that? You got more plugs right here. And as you can see, they're tied into the inverter, USB ports. And then you had another inverter plug up here that isn't being used by the TV. So you have tons of plugs. You can bring a DVD player along, set it right here, and then you could just use the plug that's tied into the inverter. You have a little storage down here, nothing crazy, but you could put some DVDs, things like that in here. To my left is the kitchen area when you walk in. So solid surface countertops, high quality. You got a 3-top burner. You just fold this back and then you got a backsplash. You got the fancy lights. And you do have an igniter, so you don't have to light it. And a really good size oven. You could almost cook a turkey in that thing. You could bring this down again and have a little extra space. You can adjust this. So that is a really good size oven, and it's Magic Chef. And so is your fan, Magic Chef, and so is your microwave. So good quality kitchen appliances in this thing. They make a ton. They make hybrids in a lot of different brands. This is definitely going to be one of your more higher quality builds. You bring this down, and then you have a knife holder right here. You have one plug right here. I would say the only thing kind of limited in this kitchen area is maybe counter space, but this does serve as extra prep space right here, as well as the cover on the sink, or if you need to rinse things off. Huge farm style sink, stainless steel, and then your metal faucet. I love that this is a farm style sink. If you have this many people in the trailer, you got to imagine the cleanup after dinner is going to be hectic. And sometimes they make these sinks so small, you cannot fit a plate in it. So farm style sinks definitely help with the cleanup. Definitely keep an eye out for that. If you're getting a bunkhouse or something that sleeps a lot of people, you want to get a farm style sink. You got some storage down here, pretty decent. I can't reach the back. Easy access to your plumbing. You got a drawer right here for your utensils. Little sponge holder. Let's see what this one is. Nothing crazy. I do like though when they do that, like they really try to utilize everything to give you some sort of storage in this. Like the cabinetry in this is crazy. This is pretty much gonna be a tour on cabinets. This thing is huge. I don't want to hit my microphone, but it is massive. That's a good pantry right there. These do not move. Sometimes you can find pantries where you can move these, but these are stuck where they're at. Nice little pantry. You got an area up here for your pots and pans. That's a good one. Good size cabinet right there. But look at all of those. Look at all that cabinetry I just showed you. All of this, all of that. You got underneath there, down there by the dinette. So in this living area, I would say you have a really good amount of storage. You got that one still. I will say maybe the plugs for the kitchen area, you are kind of limited on the plugs. You have one plug here, but they do give you that one over here, and there's two there. So you could maybe put a Keurig there, coffee pot. As we work our way over here, you got a 12-volt fridge, and it's also Magic Chef. 12-volt fridges, I love them. Watch. I just plugged this thing in, and look how cold it is already. So versus the gas electric, you tend to have to put them on the night before you go out. So cool that they cool a lot faster, and they are deeper too. There's just some goodies in here. They put this in the fridge, but this is a tire monitoring system. So this is the monitor you'll get in your tow vehicle. And I'll show you, there's a sensor around the rim. And basically it'll just alert you if your tires are getting low and hot and a couple other things. Really great tool. All right, they cool a lot faster, and then much deeper. Separate freezer down below. Really nice. This thing is deep too. Goes past my elbow. This is one of those dual swinging fridges, so you could open it from both sides. Kind of different. This is a nice little guide to kind of show you some of the features in case I missed some stuff. So if you want to pause it, I mentioned some of this stuff already, or I will be touching on it. But really nice fridge. I like this fridge a lot. A little different than the other ones. They used to do this like it would blend in with the cabinetry. I kind of like this a little more. As we come to the back, boom, another queen size bed, and then you have this hidden one back here. A nice cozy little queen bed back here. You got some storage, and then you got that netting right here to put stuff. And then look how cool this is. Oh, I guess it's not. This is one of the plugs that's just a standard plug. It is not tied into the inverter. That would have been pretty cool if it was. And I have these beds, you will have no problem. I doubt you'll hit the max. They hold 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. So that would be tough to overweight that thing. So 1,000 to 1,200 pounds on these beds. I think 1,000 is on some of the other floor plans, but they are held up with these super sturdy cords right here. And they're super simple to set up. It's not like a pop-up, so I should emphasize this. A lot of people are concerned about the setup because it's a pain. It is so easy. All you do is plop this thing down, put the one pole in, push it out. That pole stays where it's at. You just connect it, push it out, and you're done. And what else is cool is when you go to put it back up, these mattresses actually fold. So it will sit right here, right when you put it up. You just got to tuck that stuff in, the canvas. What I have heard, I haven't done it yet, maybe I'll do a video on it. I've heard if you close the door, take the poles out, and turn on this max air vent, which is crazy big. Look at that fan. It pulls a lot of air. If you put that on, it will actually help you. It will suck the canvas into the trailer so you don't have to tuck it in. It'll kind of assist you. I've heard that you can do that. I need to try it. But they give you 2 max air vents in this, so I would imagine it might work. And they both have the rain cover on it, so if you leave one open by accident, not a big deal. It's got the rain cover. As you can see, roof-mounted AC. And it is all ducted throughout the entire trailer, so no one is going to have an issue in this thing. And if you notice, you could actually turn them and close them. That might seem like a small feature, but a lot of companies you can't do that. So it's nice if you want to push all the AC to that back side of the front side of the trailer. If everyone's hanging out right here, you have tons of vents. Look at all that. So you could close them all off to right here and distribute that AC however you wish. I like that. Also, look at all the lights. Tons of lights. And what I love about Flagstaff is you can actually turn them off individually. So if you're over here on this side or you're on that side and you're trying to sleep, and if on a lot of other trailers you put the lights on, you have to have them all on, which is annoying. I love that you could just turn one on if you want, you know, if there's some kids back here hanging out. But really cool. And look, like I said, tons of storage. Cabinets down here that go all the way across. They're not super big. They're pretty big. To my elbow almost. Another cool thing I noticed is they give you backer board. So you got the plugs right here, and check it out. Boom. You got your backer board right here, so you can put another TV back here for the people that are hanging out back here. I love that they did that. They used to not do that. And it looks like that plug right there is tied to the inverter. So you should have no problem putting a TV here, you know, if you don't want to run the generator. And they give you a 12-volt plug as well. Really cool. All right. As you notice, they all have their own screens. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So you got some privacy shades. Oh, I guess I didn't pull that one all the way through. So you got your own shades. You get nice and cozy. I love that. Overall, what do you guys think? We're going to go into the bathroom now. There's your thermostat for your AC. As you can see, it's getting cool out here. I love it. I got a customer that just came in, so I will be right back. All right, guys, sorry about that. At the end of the day, I'm still a salesman and I had some customers come in, so I got to go attend to them. But I did miss this storage before we go into the bathroom. This is a nice little storage down here. And what's cool about it is there's a door on the outside so you can access this as well. But pretty decent storage there. You got USB ports right here and more plugs right here. So everyone has their own plugs, USB ports, so when they're kicking back, they can charge their stuff. I did forget to point out the storage above too. Look at all this storage up here. Tons of storage all the way across. Really good storage. Kind of like a wardrobe where the other people could put their clothes up there. So to the left is going to be the bathroom. Let's check this thing out. Bam! Look at all that natural light. Pretty decent floor space. So like always, I always say, I encourage you guys to sit on the toilets when you're out looking at these things, because it's one of those things where you don't really think about it until you go to use it and you're like, man, this toilet, I don't fit on it. The door is in the way. So I'm going to shut the door and sit on this for you guys. And I would say that leg room is perfect. Got plenty of room right here. I'll show you my shoulder width. I'm not super big, but it is not bad at all. So I really like that they angled this toilet. Let me try to turn you down or turn you around without getting you sick. But I love when they angle that toilet just to give you a little extra space instead of it facing straight on. That helps a lot. Porcelain throne. So you got a porcelain toilet with all of the Flagstaffs. Everything is good about these. The quality is top notch. The features, the options. You got a little wardrobe right here. So decent room for your towels. But I mean, you have so much storage outside of the bathroom. Like, you should definitely have enough storage for everyone to bring towels and their clothes along. You got a light. Let's see. There we go. Got 2 lights in here and another massive fart fan in here, also known as the max air vent with the rain cover. So you get 2 in this trailer. And like I said, I've heard that it helps with putting in those beds, the canvas, it'll suck it up. But nice corner shower. We're gonna stand in that real quick so you can see how much space we got. All right. Corner shower does help give you a little more room. So let's see. So it is not bad. I can move around. Let me show you. So definitely plenty of headspace. This skylight helps a lot. Like I said, I'm 5'7". So majority of people, it should fit. They should fit. I can move around a little bit, rinse off, do what I need to do. If you are a dry camper, so this is for all the dry campers. If you don't know, dry camping is when you're not hooked up to shore power and utilities. So you're just out boondocking. This is a nice feature. So this is what's called the shower miser. And it's really cool. So when you're taking a shower and you go to get in, the first thing you do is you go and put your hand out and you wait for that water to get hot. Well, what you're doing is you're wasting all that water and it goes to your gray tank. The cool thing about this feature is that all you have to do is flip this. This will change a color and it'll let you know that the water is hot. Then you flip this back over and then it spits the water out. So that is huge. This does have a 54-gallon water tank, fresh water tank, which is really great. But that water goes quick when you're out dry camping. So I would say that should be a feature that you would want if you're someone that dry camps. You got some counter space right here. Big enough sink to brush your teeth, wash your hands, metal faucet. You got a medicine cabinet right here. Pretty standard with the mirror. You have 1 plug in this entire bathroom, which isn't bad. You have 1 right here. And then the nice accented lighting. It's a nice bathroom. This thing is nice. You got this one right here. Overall, that is kind of what you would expect given the size of this trailer. But 10 people, you can sleep 10 people in this thing. That is crazy. So, there's your 30 amp solar controller for the solar on the roof. That will just trickle charge your batteries if you're curious. Solar, majority of the time, if it comes on a trailer, it will not run your AC. It will just recharge your batteries. There are some exceptions. There's some companies that it will power your entire coach, but I don't know, it just doesn't last that long powering everything with solar. So I still think the way to go is with a generator. It'll run everything, no problem. Up here to the left of me, you got your control panel. This is really cool. You can control everything off of your phone too, so you can use the app and control all the lights and stuff like that. This the water pump, water heater, everything, you just hit a button and it'll do its thing. The slide, all of that. Your awning's electric. You got all your readings right here for your fresh black and gray tank, as well as your battery. One huge feature that I want to point out on this thing, so I'm sure a lot of you are concerned about camping in the wintertime with this, given that it has canvas. First of all, it has like the biggest heater you can get, and it is all ducted. You also have heated mattresses. And, you know, like my grandpa and us, we go out in pop-ups in the super cold. We can handle the cold with some good sleeping bags. With this, you will still be fine. This is the feature that I'm pointing out, is if you camp in the wintertime, this does have tank heaters. So not only are you going to be warm in this thing, but so will your tanks. There's heat pads on the tanks. And all you got to do is flip this switch, and the tank heaters will go on automatically when you're below freezing temps, and they'll go off automatically when you're above freezing temps. And let me tell you why this is so much better than the heated underbelly. The reason why I love tank heaters so much more than the heated underbelly is because if you go out hunting or fishing, you leave for the day, well, you got to make sure your tanks don't freeze while you're out hunting or fishing. And so you're going to have to keep your heater running the whole day while you're not even in the trailer to ensure that your tanks are not freezing. With those tank heaters, like I said, they do their own thing, just push a button, and they're 12 volts. So you're not going to have to waste propane all day preventing your tanks from freezing if you're out fishing or hunting or anything like that. So tank heaters, in my opinion, is a way better method than the heated underbelly. But this is still enclosed heated underbelly, so you don't need to worry regardless. And you got the tank heaters if you want to go out hunting and fishing and not leave your heater going all day. If you notice, it has the nice vaulted ceiling, so it's rounded. So I love that. If it snows or rains, you don't have water pooling on the roof. And it also just makes it feel a little roomier in here. One thing that I want to point out with Flagstaff, which is right here. Let's see, where is it? So this company is a little different than most companies. This company is 6-side aluminum framed, which some companies are as well. But the crazy thing about Flagstaff is they aluminum frame everything. I'm talking underneath the dinette. See how underneath the dinette, it's all aluminum. So not only, so you got the roof aluminum, the floor, the sidewalls where they can do it. Obviously those ones are not, it's just fiberglass, but literally the entire structure is aluminum framed. It's going to be lighter, it's going to last longer. And you got to imagine, when you go to put this shade down right here, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to jab your knee into this, and then you're going to go and pull this up. I have had customers that have cracked their dinette because over time of putting that weight onto this dinette, you know, pulling the shades down or just getting in and out of the dinette, being that this is all aluminum framed, I can't really show you. I'll show you when we go outside. I'll show you underneath this dinette. But being that this is all aluminum framed, it's just going to ensure that this thing is not going to break on you. And the last thing you want to do is have your dinette break when you're out, you know, on the trip you planned months in advance. So just some key features I wanted to point out. We're going to go outside now. I'm going to show you some of the storage. But how awesome is this? How fun would this be to go out and camp with the entire family and know everyone has their own bed, plenty of space for everyone to hang out. And not only that, it's super lightweight and it's not massive. You tell me a trailer that's 24 feet that you can sleep 10 people. You won't find one unless it's a hybrid. So that's the kind of customer or person that is wanting this style of trailer. It is just so convenient and it is awesome. So I always like to stop right here in front of this guide right here. I try to touch on as much as I can without making the videos too long, but you can see all of the stuff that this thing has on it. Some of these are optional. We didn't get it with the second AC. We didn't get it with the slide topper, but we did get it with the solar and the tank heaters. All of them will come with tank heaters, but we did get it with the solar. So overall, just solid. This trailer is solid. If you come to the front, pretty standard stuff. You got electric tongue jack, dual propane tanks, dual battery box, and battery disconnect on this unit. If you come to the back, you got your 6-gallon water heater. You got a little storage right here. And then you have access from the inside as well. And then you have your cranks right here. So if you need to put the slide in manually or the tongue jack down manually for some weird reason, they give you those cranks. It does come with a griddle. So there's a flat top grill, which is right here. I'll show it to you. So there's the griddle. It's upside down, but that will just hook on right here. You got some plugs right here for the TV, and you could just hook your TV on right here with this mount. It's got the LED lights all the way across. Those are really nice. You just can't see them because it's daytime, but those things get bright. You got outdoor speakers, indoor and outdoor speakers. It is Bluetooth. We'll come around here. There is so much stuff to these trailers, like the quality and construction that I could talk about. So definitely watch some of my other videos because I try to pepper in some different stuff with every tour. So this is the door that you can access from inside and outside. So you could put stuff there. You got your utilities all right here, city water. And this is where you'll winterize it. Really cool that they give you that. So you just winterize it right here outside the trailer. Super simple. And then it does have a black tank flush. So instead of dragging a hose through your trailer to the toilet to rinse it out, you could hook your hose up to this, turn your water on, and then there's jets in the tank that will flush it out for you. Make sure it's all clean. Definitely keep an eye out for that feature. I think that would be super important to me. You do have a receiver on the back. This will hold 300 pounds. So if you're someone that has electric bikes or you're bringing a generator along, that's going to be super handy. You can buy a tray, a cargo rack, a solid tire cover. Might not seem like a big deal, but not every company does that. And I love that. It protects the tire a lot more with all this heat and dryness we get out here in New Mexico. You got a sprayer. The hose was in the fridge, but you get hot and cold water so you can spray off. If you have to, someone takes too long of a shower, you can come out here and shower. There's your drains, black and gray is in the back. You got, these are manual cranks, but you can get a drill with the same socket size and you will have no problem. There's your canvas. I do want to point this out. Look at the quality on these canvases right here. Double layered. Look at that. There is no... It's all pieced together. So you know how some of the other ones where you have to wrap that cord underneath and there's like a giant hole that a child could fall out of? With Flagstaff, you don't need to worry about that. This is all seamed up, super tight and closed. Just look at that quality. We haven't touched this thing. This thing came in yesterday, so we still need to clean it, get it ready. I do want to talk about the tires and axles here in a second, so stick around because it's really important. So this is where I wanted to show you. This is storage, obviously, but look at all the aluminum framing. Remember I was telling you about how you jab your knee into the dinette? This is huge, so everything is aluminum framed on this thing. So nice. Let's see. One thing I do want to point out on this trailer is this has torsion axles. If you don't know what that is, instead of leaf spring, these are torsion axles. So these axles will literally flex, which is definitely going to help the frame of the trailer. It's going to make a much better ride. You got to imagine you hit a pothole, standard leaf spring, you're going to be bouncing around. With torsion axle, it's going to flex and absorb a lot of that shock. This has Goodyear Endurance tires right from the factory. It has that tire monitoring sensor wrapped around the rim. It's also got Balancing beads in the tires. Increases tire life, reduces maintenance costs, dynamic balancing, and smoother ride. You got never adjust brakes on this. So a lot of people don't know this, but you're supposed to adjust your brakes after a certain number of miles. With these, you don't have to do anything like that. And they did a study, and it increases stopping by up to 50%. So really nice. See how all of your stuff's all enclosed, buttoned up nicely? Just a really high quality hybrid trailer. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that tour on this 2025 Flagstaff Hybrid. A little different than the other stuff I've been showing you, but I hope it opened your eyes to other options out there that may fit your needs a little better than the standard travel trailer. If you're new to the channel, I try to do a new tour every single day, so stick around. I appreciate all you guys' support, liking, subscribing, and like always, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.